Tonight's Cybersalon on the future of higher education, and a very warm welcome, especially to my students, who've chosen to join us here tonight, but also to my colleagues of Middlesex and Westminster University, and to every one of you. Today we'll be looking at how the learning practices of the open culture and free software movement can inform and inspire higher education, and especially how the concept of EduPunk can help us in thinking and talking about these issues. Before I introduce you to tonight's speakers, just a couple of formal things. The emergency exit is over there. And here you'll find the Wi-Fi password. I love unicorns. And you can also interact. With our discussion after the presentation of the panelists by joining the discussion through Twitter. So most of you know how it works. After the presentations, we'll screen our Twitter feed and you can interact and jump in with your comments and questions. So it's a great pleasure for me to introduce you to tonight's high-profile experts. First and foremost, Anya Kamenetz, a US-based writer, blogger, and a columnist, who has written various books on the idea of bringing these two worlds together. Her first book was Generation Depth, followed by D.I.Y, but the EduPunk's guide, and she's now preparing the test. But she'll let us. She'll introduce this new project herself. Our second speaker will be Dr. Martin Poulter. He works for the University of Bristol and he's involved with Wikimedia UK, and he has also been the Wikipedia Ambassador at Jisc. And he'll introduce us to the idea of Wikipedia assignments, which is really very exciting. For those of you who want to learn more, there is an info table outside, and you can just grab all the info material. And I think that Fabian Thompson is looking after this table, so if there are any questions, please address them to Fabian. Thirdly, Helen Armfield, who is an education anarchist and is pondering a future education network. Helen Reddington, also known as Helen McCookerybook, who is a singer, songwriter, teacher, lecturer, and education expert. She has been performing with the Chefs and Helen and the Horns, and she has also written the book The Lost Women of Rock, Female Musicians of the Punk Era. And last but not least, Larisa Blazic. She is a media artist, lecturer, and she's involved in the Floss Manuals Initiative. Free documentation, free manuals for free software. I hope you'll enjoy the evening, and it's now a great pleasure for me to hand over to Anya Kamenetz.